Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully, because what I'm about to share can completely transform the way you connect in intimacy. Too many people think it's just about technique or a fancy move. But let me tell you, that's a lie. What truly drives her wild isn't luck, it's presence, confidence, and the ability to listen to her body like music. Confidence is not just about how you look, how much you know, or how many moves you've memorized. It's about how you carry yourself, how you enter the moment, and how you make the other person feel in your presence. Think about it. You can have all the techniques in the world, you can study tips, watch endless videos, read guides, but if you don't radiate self-assurance, nothing sticks. Because intimacy is not a game of what you do, it's a game of how you do it. When you walk into that room, when you approach her, when you touch her for the very first time, what speaks louder than words is your energy. Confidence says, I'm here, I desire you, I know what I'm doing. Insecurity whispers, I hope this works, I'm not sure, I don't want to mess up. And guess what? She feels that difference immediately. Women are incredibly intuitive. They can read your body language, your hesitation, even the tension in your hands. If you're unsure of yourself, it creates distance. But if you're grounded, present, and certain, it creates desire. Now let's break it down. What is confidence really made of? Confidence is a combination of self-awareness, presence, and belief. Self-awareness means you know who you are. You're not pretending to be someone else. Presence means you're not distracted, not overthinking, not performing. You're fully locked into the moment with her. Belief means you trust that your desire, your touch, your attention is enough. And here's the secret, that's all she truly wants. For you to be fully there. Let's get practical here. Confidence starts before the bedroom. It starts with how you take care of yourself.
Do you respect your body?
Do you move, train, and fuel it so you feel strong and alive? Do you take care of your grooming, your hygiene, your style? Because confidence isn't just an internal mindset. It's built by actions you take every single day. When you look in the mirror and, like the man staring back, that certainty follows you everywhere, into your conversations, into your presence, into your intimacy. Second, confidence comes from preparation, not in a robotic way, but in awareness. Learn what women respond to, not to copy it, but to understand it. Just like a musician studies music theory before improvising, you build confidence by knowing the basics, where her erogenous zones are, what kind of touch awakens her, how rhythm changes impact her body. Once you know this, you're not fumbling in the dark. You're exploring with purpose. Doesn't that sound powerful? But here's the most important part. Confidence is not loud. It's not showy. It's not trying too hard. It's quiet strength. It's in the way you breathe slow, deep, steady. It's in the way you hold eye contact, not staring to intimidate, but connecting to reassure. It's in the way you touch, not rushing, not shaking, but firm, intentional, certain. Confidence says, I know what I'm doing. Even when you're exploring something new. And that energy drives her wild because it allows her to relax. And when she relaxes, she opens up. Let's be real. So many men sabotage themselves because of overthinking. They're trapped in their heads thinking, am I doing this right? Will she like it? What if I fail? But confidence is the antidote to this. You stop worrying about perfection and instead focus on connection. You stop judging yourself and instead pour your energy into her pleasure. Do you realize how freeing that is? When you shift the focus off your insecurities and onto her experience, you instantly radiate strength. Confidence also comes from embracing mistakes. Let's face it, no one gets everything perfect every time. But the difference between a confident man and an insecure one is how he handles it. If something doesn't work, do you panic? Do you shut down? Or do you laugh, stay calm, and try again with curiosity and playfulness? That's what makes her feel safe. That's what makes her think, this man knows who he is. He's not shaken by little things. I can trust him with my body. And don't underestimate the power of voice. Your voice communicates volumes about your confidence. Speak slowly, clearly, with intention. Whisper in her ear, not with hesitation, but with certainty. Words like, you feel amazing, or I want you right now, hit completely differently when spoken with confidence. Your tone can either ignite her body or shut her down, so use it with presence. Another layer of confidence is leading with certainty, but listening with humility. This balance is magnetic. Lead the moment. Don't be passive. Don't wait for permission at every second. Take her hand, guide her body, set the pace. But at the same time, stay tuned to her signals, her breath, her movements, her whispers. When she feels you're leading, but also deeply listening, it creates a dance of dominance and sensitivity. That's where desire explodes. Confidence is not about ego, it's about giving. When you're confident, you don't need validation, you don't need constant reassurance. You're there to give her an experience, not to prove something to yourself. That selflessness is magnetic because it tells her, this man doesn't just want me, he wants to please me, and that's where trust deepens. So remember this, your greatest move isn't a trick, a position, or a technique. It's confidence. Confidence in your touch, in your presence, in your voice, in your ability to lead and listen at the same time. Without it, even the best moves fall flat. With it, even the simplest touch feels electric. Foreplay isn't a warm-up, it is the game. Too many people make the mistake of thinking foreplay is just a quick step before the real thing, when in reality, it's the foundation that makes everything unforgettable. Without foreplay, intimacy feels mechanical. With foreplay, it becomes electric, emotional, and deeply addictive. Think about it. Desire is built like a fire. You don't just throw a match onto wood and expect an instant blaze. You spark it, you blow gently, you let it grow, you feed it carefully. That's foreplay. It's the art of building anticipation so powerful that when the moment finally arrives, it feels explosive. Here's the truth most men overlook: women are wired differently. A man can often be ready in seconds. But for her, arousal is a journey. A slow build where every step matters. If you skip the build-up, you're cutting her off from her natural rhythm. And what happens? She feels unsatisfied, disconnected, maybe even pressured. But if you honor that journey, if you treat foreplay as the main event, she feels desired, respected, and completely ready to surrender. Foreplay is not about tricks. It's about connection. It starts way before you even touch her. The way you look at her across the room, the way you brush her hair out of her face, the way you whisper something playful or seductive in her ear. All of that is foreplay. Every glance, every tease, every pause is fuel for the fire. By the time you finally lay your hands on her, she's already halfway to bliss. Now let's get practical. Foreplay has layers: emotional, mental, and physical. Miss one layer, and you're missing the depth of the experience. One, emotional foreplay. This is where it begins. Making her feel seen, wanted, and appreciated. Compliment her sincerely, not just her looks, but her presence. I can't stop thinking about you. You drive me crazy. That's emotional foreplay. When a woman feels desired in her mind, her body responds naturally. Don't underestimate this. The way you treat her outside the bedroom often determines how much she craves you inside it. 2. Mental foreplay. This is about teasing her imagination. Send a text earlier in the day. I can't wait to taste you tonight. Whisper in her ear at dinner. You have no idea what I'm going to do to you later. Build the anticipation long before the first touch. Her mind is the biggest erogenous zone. If you ignite her imagination, her body will ache for the reality. That's power, isn't it? 3. Physical foreplay. Finally, the body. And this is where most men rush. Slow down. Touch her everywhere except where she expects. Kiss her neck, her ears, the inside of her thighs. Use your hands to explore, not just to grope. Every pause, every tease, every breath makes her crave the next step more. Think of it as a dance. You lead, then you pull back, then you surprise. Anticipation multiplies pleasure tenfold. And remember, variety is everything. Foreplay isn't just kissing for 2 minutes and moving on. It's layers of sensation: lips, tongue, fingertips, breath, whispers, soft one moment, firm the next. Surprise her, keep her guessing. The unpredictability keeps her fully engaged. But let's address the biggest mistake men make: treating foreplay as a checklist. Kiss her neck, done. Touch her breasts, done. Move on, wrong. Foreplay is not about racing through steps. It's about immersing in the experience. If you're thinking about the finish line, you've already lost her. If you're thinking about how to make her melt, you're doing it right. Here's something powerful. Women don't remember just the orgasm. They remember how you made them feel. If you rush foreplay, she feels like an object. If you savor it, she feels like a goddess. Which do you think she'll crave again? Another critical piece: communication. During foreplay, listen to her body. Does her breathing quicken when you kiss her ear? Does she moan louder when your hand slides down her back? That's feedback. Pay attention to it. The most skilled lovers are not those who know the most techniques, but those who listen the best. And don't forget, foreplay is not just about her. Let her touch you, explore you, tease you. Share the energy, let it flow back and forth. That exchange builds intimacy, not just lust. It makes the connection deeper, more equal, more explosive. Do you know what else makes foreplay unforgettable? Time. Take your time. The longer you build anticipation, the more powerful the release. 10 minutes is good. 20 is better. 30? Now you're in a different league. Because here's the secret: when she's begging for it, when she's so turned on she can't take it anymore, that's when you know you've done foreplay right. Foreplay is not optional. It's essential because it tells her something deeper than words ever could. It says, I see you, I want you, I value your pleasure as much as mine. That's intimacy, that's power, that's what makes her think about you long after the night is over. So never treat foreplay as a side dish. It is the main course. The teasing, the touching, the whispers, the pauses. They are not distractions, they are the fuel that makes every other move work. Without it, everything feels shallow. With it, everything feels unforgettable. Touch. It seems so simple, doesn't it? Just put your hands on her and magic happens. But that's not how it works. Because touch without intention is empty, forgettable, mechanical. Touch with intention is electric, unforgettable, addictive. It's not just skin against skin. It's communication, energy, and desire flowing without words. Ask yourself this. Do you touch to get it over with? Or do you touch to awaken her soul? That's the difference. When your touch says, I want you, I feel you, I'm here with you, she melts. When it says, I'm just going through the motions, she disconnects. That's why intention is everything. Let's break this down. Intention in touch means three things: awareness, purpose, and energy. Awareness is knowing where you are, what you're doing, and how she's responding. Too many men touch randomly, like they're flipping switches on a machine hoping one will light up. That's not intimacy, that's guessing. Awareness is paying attention to her breath, her sounds, the way her body arches or leans in. Awareness tells you, yes, she loves this, or no, shift to something else. When you're aware, every touch feels customized just for her. Isn't that what she craves? Purpose is touching with meaning, not randomness. A hand on her thigh isn't just a hand. It's a statement, I want you closer. A kiss on her neck isn't just a kiss. It's a message, I adore every inch of you. Purpose transforms a simple act into an emotional signal. She doesn't just feel your fingers. She feels your intention behind them. Energy is the most invisible but the most powerful. Your energy is the emotion behind the touch. Nervous energy says, I hope I'm doing this right. Confident energy says, I know you're mine right now. Passionate energy says, I can't get enough of you. She doesn't just feel your hands, she feels your energy in the way you move them. And that energy decides whether she relaxes, resists, or completely surrenders. Now let's get practical. Touch with intention means slowing down. Most men rush. They think speed equals excitement. But here's the truth. The slower and more deliberate your touch, the more powerful it becomes. Drag your fingertips along her skin like you're savoring her, not rushing her. Hold her face with both hands like she's the only woman in the world. That slowness builds intensity. Touch with intention also means variety. Don't repeat the same move over and over. Mix soft and firm, gentle and playful, teasing and deep. Contrast creates surprise, and surprise keeps her engaged. Think about music. Would you listen to a song with only one note repeated endlessly? No. Touch works the same way. It's a rhythm, a melody, a symphony, and you're the composer. Another critical point, intentional touch requires presence. Put down the phone, silence the world, clear your head. If your mind is wandering, your touch will feel distracted. She'll sense it instantly. But when you're fully present, eyes locked, breath aligned, hands exploring, she feels like nothing else exists. That presence is intoxicating. And here's the secret many men miss. Intention isn't just in your hands, it's in your entire body. The way you lean in, the way you breathe against her ear, the way you press your chest into hers, all of it is touch. Use your arms, your lips, your tongue, even the weight of your body. Every inch of you can be a tool of connection when used with purpose. But intention also means respect. Touch isn't about taking, it's about giving. If your hands are demanding, she resists. If your hands are inviting, she opens. Respect means asking with your touch, not forcing. It means listening to her signals, not ignoring them. That respect is what makes her feel safe. And safety is the foundation of wild passion. Think about this, the human body has thousands of nerve endings. Each one is like a piano key waiting to be played. With random touch, You're banging on the keys, hoping to hit a melody. With intentional touch, you're playing a song that makes her body sing. That's the difference between average and unforgettable. And don't forget, intention is felt even in the smallest gestures. Holding her hand in public, brushing your thumb across her lips, resting your hand on the small of her back as you guide her. These touches may seem small, but when done with intention, they scream desire and protection. They tell her, "You're mine and I want you." That message lingers long after the touch ends. Finally, let's talk about confidence. Touch with intention requires belief in yourself. If you're hesitant, your touch will feel shaky. If you're overthinking, it'll feel awkward. But if you trust yourself, if you believe that your touch is powerful, it becomes magnetic, because she doesn't just feel your skin, she feels your certainty. And that certainty is irresistible. So understand this. Your hands are not just tools, they are messengers. They communicate everything your words cannot. Touch without intention is forgettable. Touch with intention is unforgettable. It's not about what you do. It's about how you make her feel through every single movement. Rhythm is everything. It's the heartbeat of intimacy, the invisible force that takes a moment from ordinary to unforgettable. Without rhythm, movements feel clumsy, disconnected, mechanical. With rhythm, the experience feels like music. Smooth, unpredictable, hypnotic. Think about your favorite song. Why do you love it? It's not just the words or the instruments. It's the rhythm. The beat rises, it slows, it pauses, it surprises you, then it explodes at the perfect moment. That same principle applies to intimacy. Rhythm creates tension, release, and flow. It keeps her guessing, keeps her engaged, keeps her craving more. The mistake many men make is simple. They pick one speed, one pace, and stick to it. Fast, fast, or slow, slow, slow. But do you know what happens then? She gets bored, her body adapts, her mind drifts, and the excitement fades. Rhythm is not about repetition, it's about variation. The push and pull, the stop and go, the slow build and the sudden surprise. That's what makes her body sing. Now let's break rhythm into its three main layers. Pace, pressure, and pause. Pace is your speed, and it must change. Start slow. Tease. Make her feel every movement, every second of anticipation. Then gradually build, increase the tempo, make her heart race. But don't stay there. Slow down again, take her right to the edge, then pull her back. This rise and fall is what drives her crazy. It's like waves in the ocean, building, crashing, retreating, then building again. Doesn't that sound powerful? Pressure is the weight and intensity behind your movements. Gentle touch awakens sensitivity, makes her skin tingle. Firm touch grounds her, makes her feel claimed. Switch between the two, soft one moment, harder the next. When you vary the pressure, her body never fully adjusts. She stays on edge, alive, waiting to see what comes next. Pause. This is the secret weapon. Most men are afraid of stillness. They think if they stop, the energy dies. Wrong. A pause used intentionally multiplies anticipation. Imagine kissing her deeply, then suddenly pulling back, holding her face, looking into her eyes, and waiting just 2 seconds before kissing again. That pause ignites hunger. That silence between beats makes the next beat even more powerful. Mastering rhythm is also about listening. Her body will tell you everything you need to know if you pay attention. Is her breathing quickening when you speed up? Is she arching her back when you apply more pressure? Does she moan louder when you pause and tease? That feedback is your music sheet. Follow it and you'll always be in harmony. Ignore it and the rhythm falls apart. But rhythm isn't only physical, it's emotional. It's about knowing when to be playful and when to be passionate. When to whisper something soft and when to growl something raw. When to take control and when to let her lead. That emotional rhythm makes the experience dynamic. She doesn't just feel your body, she feels your energy shifting, adapting, creating an unpredictable flow. That's intoxicating. Another key, rhythm requires patience. Too many men rush, trying to reach the climax as fast as possible. But speed without rhythm is just noise. Think about drumming without pattern. It's chaotic, irritating, unappealing. But when there's rhythm, even slow beats feel exciting. Patience allows you to build anticipation, to play with tempo, to keep her guessing. And anticipation is often more powerful than the act itself. Let's get practical. Imagine you're kissing her. Don't just kiss the same way for 5 minutes. Start with gentle pecks. Then deepen slowly. Then pull back and kiss her neck. Pause. Come back to her lips, but with more intensity. Slow again. Tease. This variation creates a roller coaster of sensation. It's not the kiss itself. It's the rhythm of how you kiss that makes it unforgettable. Or take touch. Run your hand slowly down her arm, pause at her wrist, squeeze gently, release, then slide up quickly to her shoulder. Pause again. This unpredictability builds anticipation. Her body never knows what's next, so her mind stays locked on you. That's rhythm in action, and rhythm applies to the whole experience. Start with slow foreplay, build her up. Just when she thinks you'll go further, slow down again. Tease her until she begs, then shift gears, give her intensity, then back off just enough to make her ache for more. This back and forth is the essence of rhythm. It keeps her climbing higher, wave after wave, until she can't take it anymore. Here's the golden truth: rhythm turns intimacy into art. Anyone can learn positions or techniques, but not everyone can create flow. Flow is what makes her feel like she's dancing with you, like your bodies are perfectly in sync. That's why rhythm matters more than any single move, because rhythm is the music she wants to lose herself in. But don't forget, rhythm is not about control alone. It's about co-creation. You lead, but you listen. You adjust to her reactions, and together you create the perfect tempo. That's why rhythm is so powerful. It's not one-sided. It's a dance of energy between two people. So remember pace, pressure, and pause. Listen to her body, adjust with patience, create variation. Rhythm is not something you do once. It's something you maintain from start to finish. And when you master it, you don't just give her pleasure, you give her an experience that feels like a song she never wants to end. Communication. The word sounds so simple, almost boring, but in intimacy, communication is one of the sexiest things you can ever master. Forget the myth that, if she really likes me, I shouldn't have to ask. Wrong. Communication isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, confidence, and connection. Here's the truth: a woman's body is a masterpiece, but no two masterpieces are the same. What works for one may not work for another. If you assume, if you guess, if you rely only on what you did before, you'll miss the magic that could be created right now. Communication bridges that gap. It takes the guesswork out and replaces it with certainty. And certainty, my friend, is sexy! But let's be clear. Communication doesn't mean stopping every 5 seconds to ask, "Is this okay?" Or, "Do you like this?" That kills the vibe. Real sexy communication is smooth, playful, natural. It's in the whispers, the moans, the body language, and yes, sometimes in the words you choose to say out loud. Let's break it into layers: verbal, nonverbal, and emotional. Verbal communication is direct and powerful. It can be questions. "Do you like it when I do this?" Whispered in her ear as your hands move across her body. It can be commands. "Don't move. Look at me." Spoken with confidence. These words amplify the experience. It can be affirmations. "You feel incredible. I love watching you lose control." These words don't just describe, they ignite. Words are fuel. They paint images in her mind that her body reacts to instantly. Nonverbal communication is just as important. Eye contact is a language of its own. Holding her gaze as you kiss her tells her, "I'm here with you," fully present. The way you nod when she moans, the way you respond to her movements, the way you breathe in sync with her. All of this tells her you're paying attention. And when a woman feels heard without you even speaking, she melts. Emotional communication is deeper. It's the energy you project. Does your touch say, "I want to take from you"? Or does it say, "I want to give to you"? Does your presence say, "I'm nervous, unsure"? Or does it say, "I know what I'm doing, I've got you"? Emotions are communicated without words, and they shape the entire experience. If she feels your desire, your care, your passion, she'll surrender completely. Now, let's talk about mistakes. Too many men avoid communication because they think it makes them look inexperienced. They stay silent, afraid to break the mood, but silence without intention creates confusion. She wonders, is he enjoying this? Does he even care about what I want? And when doubt creeps in, passion fades. Communication clears that doubt. It says, "I'm here, I see you, I want you." That's irresistible. Another mistake, over-talking. If every moment is filled with chatter, it breaks the flow. Communication must be balanced. Whisper, then pause. Command, then let silence do its work. Speak less, but make every word count. That contrast between words and silence creates intensity. Here's the beautiful part: communication makes her feel safe. And safety is the foundation of wildness. When she knows she can speak up, when she knows you'll listen, when she knows you care about her experience, she lets go. She stops holding back. She trusts you. And when she trusts you, she'll unleash parts of herself she's never shown anyone else. Isn't that what every man dreams of? And let's flip the perspective. Communication goes both ways. Don't just talk, listen. Ask her, what drives you crazy the most? Notice the way she arches when you touch a certain spot. Feel how her body reacts when you change rhythm. Listen to her moans, her breathing, her silence. Every sound is communication. Every movement is feedback. The best lovers aren't the ones who know 1,000 techniques. They're the ones who listen and adapt. But communication isn't only for the bedroom. It starts long before. The way you flirt with her, the way you tease her, the way you build tension with words hours before you even touch her. That's foreplay through communication. A simple text like, "I can't wait to taste you tonight," sends her imagination into overdrive. That's communication at its sexiest! And here's something powerful. Dirty talk. Many men are afraid of it, thinking it feels forced. But dirty talk isn't about acting. It's about expressing what you actually feel. If you're turned on, say it. If she looks irresistible, tell her. If you crave her body, let her know. Your honesty, when delivered with confidence, becomes the dirtiest, sexiest thing she can hear. Finally, remember this: communication is connection. It transforms intimacy from physical to emotional, from mechanical to magical. When you speak with intention, when you listen with focus, when you express desire openly, you're not just having sex. You're creating an experience she'll never forget. So yes, communication is sexy. It's confidence in words, attention in silence, passion in tone, and connection in action. When you master it, you don't just touch her body, you touch her mind, her heart, her soul. And that, my friend, is what truly drives her wild. Aftercare, a word many people ignore, but let me tell you, it's the secret weapon that separates average intimacy from unforgettable connection. Because here's the truth, passion doesn't end the moment climax does. What happens after determines whether she feels cherished or used. Most men think the work is over once the act is done. They roll over, grab their phone, close their eyes, and drift away. But do you know what message that sends? I got what I wanted, that's it. And that destroys the magic in seconds. On the other hand, the man who practices aftercare sends a completely different message. You are more than just a body to me. You are valuable. You are safe. Which one do you think she'll crave again? Aftercare is not optional, it's essential, because intimacy isn't only about physical release, it's about emotional connection. For women especially, those moments right after are when she is most vulnerable. Her body has opened up to you, her emotions are heightened, her guard is down. How you handle those minutes decides whether she walks away glowing with joy or carrying doubt in her heart. So what exactly is aftercare? It's the way you take care of her once the intensity fades. It's the hugs, the kisses, the soft words, the simple touches that say, I'm still here. I still want you. You matter. It's the little things that make a big difference. Let's break down the layers of aftercare: physical, emotional, and psychological. 1. Physical aftercare. This is the simplest but also the most powerful. Hold her, wrap her in your arms like she's the most precious thing in the world. Stroke her hair, kiss her forehead, pull the blanket over her, bring her water, offer her comfort. These small actions scream care and respect. They tell her, I'm not done loving you just because the heat is over. That's what makes her heart melt. 2. Emotional aftercare. Words matter. Whisper to her, you were incredible. I love how you feel. I can't get enough of you. Compliment not just her body, but her presence, her energy, the way she gave herself to you. This isn't flattery, it's reassurance. Because even the most confident woman wonders, was I enough? Did he enjoy me? When you affirm her with genuine words, you erase those doubts instantly. That's emotional intimacy, and it lingers long after the night ends. 3. Psychological aftercare. This goes deeper. Ask her softly, how do you feel? Listen, pay attention. Maybe she feels blissful, maybe emotional, maybe even a little fragile. Your job is to hold space for her, to make sure she feels understood, not judged. This kind of care tells her she is safe with you, not just physically, but mentally. Do you realize how powerful that is? When a woman feels safe in her soul, she'll give herself to you without hesitation every single time. Now let's expose the biggest misconception. Some men think aftercare is unmanly or unnecessary. They think passion is only about intensity. But the strongest men are the ones who can be both powerful and gentle, passionate and tender. Aftercare isn't weakness. It's strength. It takes maturity, presence, and confidence to hold someone in vulnerability. And that balance is what makes you unforgettable. Think about it like this. If sex is the storm, aftercare is the calm after it. Without the calm, the storm feels chaotic, destructive. With it, the storm feels cleansing, beautiful, powerful. Which experience do you want to give her? Aftercare also builds long-term desire. If you think passion is only about the physical, you'll burn out quickly. But when she associates intimacy with emotional safety, she'll crave you again and again. Because it's not just her body that remembers you, it's her heart. Every time you hold her after, every time you whisper to her, every time you show up when she's vulnerable, you're planting seeds of loyalty, trust, and obsession. Isn't that what you want? And let's not forget, aftercare isn't just about her, it's for you too. Taking those moments to breathe, to connect, to slow down, deepens your bond. It transforms what could have been just a physical act into a shared experience of intimacy. That intimacy is what makes relationships stronger, deeper, more passionate over time. So what does powerful aftercare look like in action? Picture this: the room is quiet, her breathing is slowing, her head rests on your chest. Instead of rolling away, you tighten your arms around her. You kiss her hair. You whisper, "You're mine." You smile together. Maybe you laugh, maybe you talk, maybe you just enjoy the silence. That's aftercare. It's simple, but it leaves a mark on her soul. Here's the secret. Women don't just remember how you made them climax, they remember how you made them feel afterward. If she feels abandoned, she'll shut down. If she feels cherished, she'll open even more next time. That's why aftercare seals the deal. It closes the circle. It transforms a single night into an experience that lingers for days, weeks, even years. So never underestimate those moments after. Never think they don't matter. Because often, it's not the intensity of the act that she'll talk about, it's the tenderness after. And that tenderness, when given with presence and intention, is the most powerful move you'll ever make.